This is number 17 on the study guide. In this problem, we are given that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. So let's go to mark it so we can see what we're looking at. So that's congruent to that. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. And we're supposed to be proving that the triangle JKL is isosceles. So let's go ahead and get this set up here. This side will be statements. This side will be reasons. So number 1, let's go ahead and put our given statements. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, and angle 3 is congruent to angle 4, and the reason that it is given. Now if you look carefully here, what I see is that there's only one other thing that we can say about these separate triangles inside here, and that is this side that it shares is going to be congruent to itself. So that right there, segment KM, is congruent to segment KM. Why? Because of the reflexive property. Now if you look very carefully inside one triangle here, we have an angle, a side, and an angle. And I don't know why I didn't put 2 on these before, because those are separate and they're not congruent to each other. There we go. Angle 1, angle, side, angle. So we have these 2 triangles are congruent to each other by angle, side, angle. So that's the next statement we want to say, is that triangle, let's start at the top here. We're going to go from K to M to L. So we've got KML is congruent to triangle. Now what matches to the K from this triangle to this triangle? Well, it's going to be K again. What matches to the M from this triangle, as we're talking about this one, and it's still going to be M. And then what matches to the L over here on this triangle, and that would be J. And so why are these triangles congruent? That's going to be because of angle, side, angle congruence. Now that I know that the triangles are congruent, I also know that their corresponding parts are congruent. So I also know that these sides right here, the KJ is going to be congruent to the KL. And so that is because when I have congruent triangles, the corresponding parts of those congruent triangles are going to be congruent. So now I know that this is true here. Now number 5. Now that I know that these 2 sides are congruent and they belong to this larger triangle, I can now say that triangle JKL is isosceles. And the reason is by definition of isosceles, which states that an isosceles triangle has at least 2 sides that are congruent.